Okay, so for the past probably like 3 or 4 years, a lot of the programming we've done for our endurance athletes, mainly our obstacle course racers, has been based on heart rate. So heart rate training, we would assign doing runs at a specific heart rate. But we've stopped doing that over the past few months for a number of reasons. The biggest reason is that we just kind of can't trust those heart rate monitors anymore. After looking at the data of the online athletes I've been coaching, again for those 3 or 4 years, it was crazy. We'd have people going at really easy paces, like a long, slow distance run at a pace that's, maybe 2 or 3 minutes slower than their 5K pace. And that's slow. And they'd come back one run, the heart rate would show, 160 beats per minute. The next run, heart rate would be down to 124. Now, a little bit of variation is to be expected, but that much is crazy. And so, there are a lot of things that can affect that reading. Anything from a low battery in your monitor. And when I say low battery, I'm talking like chest strap monitors. The wrist monitors, I don't even really pay much attention to those at all. Those have been shown over and over again to be not very accurate, especially when doing things like intervals and that kind of thing. They can be more accurate for the long, slow stuff, as there's not so much fluctuation in the heart rate. But any kind of tempo run or intervals or anything like that where, that heart rate, we're expecting it to go up and down, and we're trying to monitor rest breaks and everything by that heart rate. We can't use the wrist straps. They're not there yet. They're not that effective. So yeah, chest strap would be kind of the only thing that we would kind of believe the data. But again, if you have a low battery in there, we've seen it happen. You get some crazy numbers. The other thing though is weather. So weather's going to affect that heart rate quite a bit. So here in Saskatchewan, as soon as kind of that deep winter hits, or minus 20 and below, sometimes getting down to minus 40, minus 50, again, the data just gets so skewed. We've got these crazy readings that don't make any sense. Intense runs that the heart rate's way too low. Slow, long runs, or the heart rate's way too high. So we can't believe them anymore. And in the summer, same thing. As soon as it gets kind of hot, we've got quite the temperature range here in Saskatchewan. It gets minus 40 in the winter, can get plus 40 in the summer. That's Celsius. The same thing happens where kind of that heart rate data it's so skewed, it doesn't make sense. So we kind of have to throw that out. And instead what we're doing now is we're basing all of our runs off of paces. So last week we had most of our Spartan athletes do a test run. And from there I calculated specific paces for them. Right now we're just doing base building, so they just have like one easy pace. And it's easy, it's slow. Try not to get hit by a car here. But again, yesterday we had one of our top athletes. She went for a slow, easy run, and her heart rate data came back, and it just didn't make any sense at all. Which again is exactly why we're using the paces instead. So I think it's going to pay off big time. I had a couple people doing this last year. One guy, I think all of his runs were based off of paces, and he went down from a 21 5K to just over a 19-minute 5K, which is insane. He shaved it's like 10 or 12 minutes off of his half marathon time. So it's been working quite well, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it work for everyone else this year. Yeah, looking forward to a solid season based on the paces rather than the heart rate training.